Within the root of your project, navigate into Run on CMD. Within the Run on CMD folder, create a Gradle folder. Within the Gradle folder, create a build.and-run.sh file, a build.gradle file, and a generated folder. The generated folder will house the files and folders generated by Gradle. The default behavior is to take all of these selected items and dump them directly into the root of your project. I find that kind of directory pollution annoying, so I fixed the problem. Build.gradle. We will be using the application plugin, which implicitly brings in Java and distribution. However, I like to be explicit about things, so I left lines 5 and 6 in. You can delete lines 5 and 6 and get the same behavior. The main class name is main because we have a main method within the main.java file. This is a custom source sets closure. Even though we are using the standard directory layout of source main java, because of the way I fixed the directory pollution problem, I had to include line 18. An alternate way you could write this exact same script is as such. Notice that source sets main and java are all individual closures, unlike here where I'm using the dot operator. This will take up more vertical and horizontal space. However, this approach is more conservative. Build.and-run.sh. Current directory is the absolute path of the folder on my right. Generated is the absolute path of the generated folder here. Build_gradle is the absolute path of build.gradle. We touch generated because of our git ignore. Git ignore is configured to ignore the /generated folders. Therefore, when somebody pulls down our repo, they do not have any generated folders. The first task is to copy the build.gradle into the generated folder. We do this because no matter what you do, no matter how you configure Gradle, wherever build.gradle is, when you run Gradle, it will generate a build and a .gradle folder within the same directory that the build.gradle folder is. So to fix that, we just copy over the build.gradle into the generated folder, and now build and .gradle will be generated in the generated folder, which is much nicer. The next task is to run Gradle. We'll specify the build file as the one in the generated folder. Then we'll set Gradle user home also to the generated folder, which will make notifications, native, daemon, and caches be spawned into this folder as well. We'll turn off the daemon because I find it annoying. If you have a larger project, it might be helpful, but I find it just creates tasks that I have to kill in the task manager. So I turned it off. Let's give this a run. Within your Windows Explorer in the Gradle folder, you will right-click Git Bash here. This will open up a new Git Bash terminal. Then type ./build-and-run.sh. Hit Enter. This will take a bit longer than our previous build scripts because Gradle is a bit more heavyweight than a simple build script as we wrote in the previous tutorial. You will see, however, a familiar output of main within square brackets, and the build was successful. Thank you for your time.